What's up guys, my name's Justine, welcome back to my channel. Today we're making an extra large macrame wall hanging, so let's get started. I started out by using a tape measure to measure out how big I wanted this to be, but then I decided to work smarter not harder and just ended up using the dowel that I'm going to use for this project to mark out the placement. Once I had the size and placement taped out, I found it easiest to take the length of my finished wall hanging and multiplying it by 4 to figure out what length cord I would need. This didn't turn out to be the most accurate way of estimating cord length, so I highly recommend doing your own research depending on your project. For this project, I'm using 1-inch upholstery piping because I think it's the most cost-effective when it comes to working with big yarn like this. The cord I'm using is linked in the description of this video, and I'm also going to include a few other alternatives in case you're interested in exploring. The estimated size of my finished wall hanging was supposed to be 5 feet tall, so to calculate the length of cord, I'd multiplied 5 by 4, meaning I'd have to cut each piece at 20 feet long. To make the cutting process quicker, I set up 2 clamps at 10 feet long and went back and forth with my cord, knowing that I would cut them on only one side to get a 20-foot length. The floors of my studio are disgusting and dusty, so I decided to put down a drop cloth to protect my yarn. When I had all my pieces cut, I clamped the dowel that I'm going to be working on for this project to the table, making sure to leave enough room to slip the cord underneath. The setup of the cords for this project is the same as any traditional macrame project, so I folded each cord in half, slipped it underneath the dowel, and then pulled the loose ends through the loop. For reference, this is called a lark's head knot. I wanted to keep this wall hanging simple and quick, so I'll be using a square knot for the entire project. To tie these knots, I'm going to work in sections of 4. So I'm going to take my 4 strings on the left side of my project and fold the one all the way on the outside over in front of the middle 2 strands, creating kind of a 4 pattern. And then I'm going to take the string on the right side of the bunch and fold it behind and through the first string to create a backwards 4. Then I pulled it tight. Then I'm going to do the same thing again, this time starting with the string on the right, folding it in front, creating the backwards 4 first, then on the left, regular 4, through the loop. And that is the square knot. It is the only knot I'm going to be using through this project. I continued working from left to right in sections of 4, making square knots all the way across. When I got to the second row, I wanted to make sure the knots were staggered, so I'm working with the 4 strands, 2 from the knot on the left and 2 from the knot on the right, to create my next row. I continued doing this, staggering the knots on each row until I reached the desired length of my project. So this was when I started to realize that I was running out of cord to work with, and that maybe my method of estimating the length of the cord wasn't as accurate as it could have been. I still kept tying knots until I had a pretty decent amount of length on my project, but on second look, I kind of decided that I wanted to end it in a chevron rather than straight across. So I actually went back and ended up untying some knots on either side to create that V. I decided I wanted to add a little wrapping detail on each strand, so I taped off a chevron, and then I grabbed some twine and wrapped about 1 inch on each cord. Happy with this little detail, and after I finished that, it was time to just trim each strand to size. To hang this project, I used some simple hooks that I found at the hardware store, and I measured them so that they would fall inside the knot so that they'd be kind of hidden. Install was super easy for this piece. I just popped it right on those hooks, and I know it looks crooked in this shot, but I promise it's not. And once I had it up, I was able to kind of pull on it and adjust it so that it hung correctly. I love this project because the yarn is so big that you actually have to tie less knots, and it works up a lot quicker than traditional macrame. And plus, it looks freaking awesome. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video and you want to see more, be sure to let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.